but the launch of the movie did make me think like, man, I miss Toys R Us. What do we have from our childhood that we still kind of still do to this day? It's so funny that the Zen is, driving little model, RC cars and sitting around sculpting plastic into fun little Japanese robots. Super fun. All right, we're back, Rob. Episode 149.
Prelude to 150.
I feel like we should just name the podcast "We're Back."
We're back. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
It's a little catchphrase. So, I mean, we've all got our weird little particulars that we say all the time, So
we're back. We're
yeah, we're back. All right, episode 149. All right. So here's what I thought we would talk about. I watched the Hot Ones. You don't watch Hot Ones. You're not a Sean Evans Hot Ones. You're familiar with the show though, obviously.
Yeah.
Right?
Every now and again, I'll watch a little snippet or an episode here and there. It pops up all the time. It's very popular.
Yeah, so Sean Evans had Channing Tatum on recently to promo the new movie Roofman, right?
Okay.
And I have not seen the movie. I do not know a lot about the movie. All I know is that it's basically the story of the guy that lived in a Toys R Us, right?
Yeah.
Right. And nobody knew that he was in a Toys R Us or what, And how long did he stay in there? I have no idea.
I don't know anything about the real story.
No.
It's inspired by a true story, right?
It's inspired by a true story. I don't even know if this is like factually accurate in terms of, I mean, none of that matters for the point of this conversation. The internet can fact check me as they fact check me on everything else. But Toys R Us, dude, Toys R Us.
Amazing.
Manna from heaven, the greatest store ever when we were kids, right?
Incredible.
Yeah. I mean, just the best.
You want a bicycle? They have it.
Yeah.
You want a G.I. Joe? They got that too.
Yeah. I mean, they had everything. I mean, they had all the Barbies, all the toys. They had all the things, right? So I think, I thought it might be fun to talk about like hobbies or things that we had as a kid, things that we loved as a kid that maybe we still sort of deal with today. You know what I mean? Or not deal with, but still sort of carry the torch. I think, we both have kids. Our kids were still around when Toys R Us was closing down. So I used to take my oldest to Toys R Us, but my youngest, right? So 8 something years, really only has like one memory of Toys R Us, two at the most, you know what I mean? Before poof, Toys R Us was gone. You know what I mean?
I thought a few years back it came back. Am I crazy?
Well, I don't think you're crazy. I don't think it ever went under in Canada. I could be wrong, but I feel like it still is a retail store up north of the border. I'm probably totally wrong on this. And then there was an investment group that was like, we're bringing it back, but it didn't materialize. It didn't materialize.
So I'm going to give you the quick check.
Yeah. Check me.
They filed for bankruptcy in 2017 and they were closing all US stores by 2018.
Okay.
The brand has returned through new strategies, including flagship stores, smaller shops inside Macy's department stores, which I guess those are still around. And they're trying to expand their the U.S. footprint again with new and permanent seasonal stores, which makes sense.
Okay.
Planned for late 2025. So there's your quick update.
Like a pop-up Toys R Us?
Hey, Christmas. Here's your Christmas pop-up store. It's like the Halloween pop-up store.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Halloween spirit. I mean, Jeffrey, the giraffe. I mean, everything about Toys R Us was just magical,
Yeah.
I mean, we used to go to Toys R Us and just wander around and just look at stuff, I mean, it was like, that's where you learned about things too. Like there was no like magical internet or Instagram ads or stuff like that. You would get like, you just go there and you're like, oh my God, look at all this stuff everywhere. It's amazing. So
there's no ordering things. We're not ordering stuff like
No, you're going to Toys R Us and you're
getting it, saving up our money and buying it and coming home with it and freaking out.
Yeah, you're buying things is what's happening, So, so things that, hobbies, things that we know and love and things that we do. You got anything right off the top of the head? You know what I mean? When you think about Toys R Us, when you think about things that you used to love as a kid that you still love now?
I will tell you, this was not they did not sell this at Toys R Us. They sold a version of this, and I'll get to that in a minute, at Toys R Us. But when I was in middle school, back in the 50s, they, they
Come on, you're
we
not that old.
got me and my buddies, one friend well, no, I was 3 or 4 in particular, got really, really into da, 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 remote
RC
control
cars.
cars, RC
Badass.
cars. Um, so badass. And it was but back then, you bought them. They were all manufactured overseas, shocker,
Yeah.
and they were all like brands like Kyosho. I mean, they
Yeah.
sounded very Japanese,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Kyosho.
it was all and I mean, the box was you were lucky if you got English instructions
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
But you would go to the hobby shop, right? And
Yeah.
you would pick out your Kyosho Ultima was my that was my
That
car.
was your jam? Was that
That was
was
my
that a
jam.
road? Was that a road or was that off-road?
It was a buggy.
It was a
It was a
buggy. Okay,
buggy.
off-road.
Yeah, it was like an
Off-road. Okay.
off-road buggy.
Okay.
Um, but then you would buy separate I remember the controller was a
Yeah.
stick controller, it wasn't the drive controller, and that was
Okay.
made by Futaba.
Futaba. Yeah. I
So
had some
again, we're
Futabas. Yeah.
following the theme.
Oh, yeah.
But the difference then was back then you bought it, and I'm not even joking you, it'd be interesting to go back and look, but you had to build the thing
Yeah.
from the ground up.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Yeah.
this was a, I don't know, 3-week process, 2-week process
Yeah.
to
Yeah. It
build
took forever. It was like plastic sprues and
oh my
little
god,
clippings. Yeah. I mean, it was the whole thing.
every single nut and bolt. We would stay, me and my buddy, Jason, shout out to Jason, would stay up and we were also into metal. So we would stay up and listen to Ozzy Osbourne was
Dude.
our thing.
Dude, you're
All night
scratching a
long,
niche, man.
just
Yeah.
making putting this car together. And oh my god, we're soldering things. We're soldering
Yeah.
motor connections
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like,
Dude,
all the things.
it was the best. It was the best. I
Yeah.
definitely had the me and my buddies, we had the RC bug as well. We had my neighbor across the street, AJ, had a huge backyard, and I remember his parents let us like break out shovels and like
Yeah,
dig like a little course, like a little circuit or whatever like that, you
totally.
know? I was not a Kyosho guy though. I was Tamiya. I was all about the
Oh, to me,
Tamiya.
sure,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
sure,
Tamiya. I had a
sure.
hot shot and a big wig, and then eventually we had the monster trucks. You know, you had the Clodbuster and all those types of
Right.
things, right? Two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, things like that. What I loved about Tamiya, it's interesting to think about from an advertising perspective, is here's these badass like remote control cars you have to put together, but everything was illustrated. If you think about like 80s
Yeah,
RC cars, it wasn't a photo of the car on the outside of the box. It was this big four-color glossy, beautiful airbrush rendering of like what your car will never
right,
look like because you will never build it to that level. You know what I mean?
right, right.
But man, yeah, the Tamiya, I had the Futaba as well. I was a stick guy. I did not like the
I
gun
didn't
and the
like this
wheel.
thing.
It,
I didn't
it
like it.
freaked me out. It freaked me.
I didn't
All of
like
them
it.
now. Yeah,
I
all
hated
of
it.
them. Yeah, yeah, all
I
of them
hated
now
it.
are like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So my
Well, wait,
youngest,
Was Tamiya were they the Grasshopper and some of
yes,
those other there
yes, the
was they made the
grasshopper, the
Grasshopper.
hornet, the
Yeah, yeah,
monster beetle,
yeah,
clodbuster, all
yeah.
those classic. Midnight pumpkin. I will also accept lunchbox. Do you remember the lunchbox?
No, I don't re I
Okay.
just knew Grasshopper and Hornet and the like, I didn't
Okay. I don't
Lunchbox.
wanna ruin this for you, but again, it's been 40 years, people. It's basically all the same inner chassis, okay? The inner frame that you build
Right.
is it's not the same as the grass, but, like, there was, like, 1 chassis, and then that would be, like, 4 different vehicles, and it
Yeah,
was just the difference
yeah,
of drivetrain, size of tires, you know, the industrial design of the actual, vehicle itself, right? You know what I mean?
right,
So, is it a van? Is it a pickup truck? Is it a you know, that type of thing, right? So, a lot of similarities under the hood, which is kinda funny because it's kinda like real auto manufacturing, to be honest, you
right,
know?
right.
And then it was all about the aftermarket, the electronic speed control and getting a faster motor and all that kind of stuff, you know? I love that stuff as a kid. Oh, there you go. Dude, yeah. Oh, yeah. What
Replacement motor.
are you
Yeah.
swapping out motors now? What's
I'm gonna
happening?
swap out motors. I soldered everything and I got it ready. Now I gotta
Dude,
swap
that's
out a new one.
badass. I'm super into that.
I've gone but they used to,
You've gone down a rabbit hole.
so they used to make them, but now what's happened as society has evolved, now you buy them and they're called R2R, ready to run, right? They
Okay.
come out of the box and
They're all made, right?
you don't have to do anything. Um,
Okay.
it's not as exciting. It's
Kinda
certainly
take the
not as
fun out.
gratifying. I mean,
Yeah.
it's definitely not. But we are a society of immediacy.
Yeah.
So for that, it's
Well,
good.
it's
But then you can
I got the box. I wanna open it, and I wanna start driving something
I want to
immediately.
try I want the battery to be charged. I
Yeah.
want to do like I want everything. But
Oh
what
my
you can
god,
do,
dude.
this was the
Do you remember charging the batteries back in I mean, I had, like, a trickle charger that I had to hook up to, like, my dad's, like, VW, and then
oh
it would
yeah.
take, like, 45 minutes to charge the battery for, like, 10 minutes of racing, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know if you I mean, you remember how I got this car. This is this is the team associated RC10. Um, you actually a few years back ordered one, a
I
ready to
remember
run
this.
RC10,
Yeah,
and they mistakenly sent you 2 RC10s.
I know,
And
I
these
know.
things, look it up, folks, but these things are not inexpensive. So
No,
that is
yeah,
not inconsequential. So that's how I ended up with
yeah,
this.
yeah.
And that actually sparked me then going back down the rabbit hole that I'm in
Love it.
now,
I love
which
it.
is motors on my desk and
Hey, man,
solder.
being a kid again is awesome, you
Oh,
know?
dude, there's
Yeah.
I'm soldering.
My
There's all sorts of
RC10, smashed right into a curb, never
yeah,
t
yeah.
and I haven't fixed it yet, so, I mean, that
Yeah,
was
but
years
for
ago.
those who are unaware, it's pretty basic. Chassis,
Yeah, yeah,
motor back here, and then your battery compartment. This is what's called your servo control. We're not gonna go too
yeah,
down in the weeds, but
yeah.
yeah, now I've gone full bore into I'm down into blogs. I'm reading about replacement motors. So
Dude,
even
that's
though it
awesome.
comes ready to run, you can still nerd out and go down the
Yeah.
rabbit hole of aftermarketing your car.
Yeah, it's super fun, man. Dude, hobby shops are awesome, man. It's a good zen sort of deal, right? Um, so my weird little pastime, since you're down the rabbit hole of RC cars, has spawned from my son, right? Who had some. We went to a hobby shop up in Kennesaw. Shout out to Hobbytown USA years ago,
Hobbytown
right?
USA.
Love that place. That place is awesome.
Place,
The place is
dude, they've been there forever.
forever. Yeah, I mean, that place is fantastic, so hashtag those guys, right? Um, so we end up wandering around and, he was like, "Hey, I wanna buy a model." We're down we're in these Japanese, robot, fighting robot model aisle, Gundams, right? And I'm wandering around like, "Man, this stuff is awesome. This is, like, way better than it was in the '80s," you know what I mean? So he rocks out a model, and I'm like, "That's super cool." And then he wants another model, and so he went and got another model. And next thing you know what's happening is like, well, dude, I'm gonna buy one of these models too, right? And
Yeah.
you know how like adults do Lego as like a zen, chilled out kind of thing,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
like next thing you know, we're at the kitchen table. He's we're modeling. I mean, we got little like
Are we painting with like
we got
Topps
little nippers.
paints?
We're nipping models out of the sprues. We're doing all sorts of stuff, right? And I'm like, just totally zenned out. Like, this is this amazing little world where we're building these Japanese models, right? And as you can probably tell from a little bit of the models behind me, I've gone crazy now, right?
That's
But
right.
for me, it's all about
Oh,
all of the old nostalgic, like, dude, it's Megatron.
that's
Megatron.
Megatron. Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. So it's all the old but it's basically like making your own action figure from the sprue. Like everything's totally articulated, can totally move around. I mean, half the models can totally transform. It's such a weird, funny little zen. You got all these little, Star Wars model. I mean, just like
Sure.
fun little interesting models or whatever like that. It's just such a fun sort of vibe. So I mean, it's my little zen moments or whatever like that. And yeah, we've
Yeah.
got a fun little modeling station where my son and I will go and buy all these Gundam models, and then they start as here. I mean, basically, all the pieces come on sprues, right? You cut them all out and then put together a model. It's completely insane. And then you end up painting them and doing all this crazy
Yeah, yeah,
diorama
yeah.
stuff. It's like old men with like train sets, you know what I mean? And like
Oh, yeah.
building the mount. That's basically what's happening. Is my version of reading old World War II stories and getting into model trains is building Japanese Gundam robots, which is completely insane. Yeah. And the freakier and weirder, the better. Like the
Oh, yeah.
strange little like
Look at the
monster guy.
snout on that guy.
Oh yeah, dude, he's got a full blown elephant snout. He's got missile fingers. Got to get in there, paint every single missile. It's just completely insane. Like but it's what a wonderful, fun, quirky little hobby, little chill sort of thing to do. It's super super nerdy. So super fun
We
though. I
did
love it.
we did a lot. We did models too, but I only did, generally speaking, aircraft models.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like F-14A
Uh-huh.
Tomcats.
Yeah.
It was all
Yeah.
about the fighter planes.
That's what we all did in the '80s. I did that
Yeah.
too, and then you'd, like, burn the wing and, like,
Yeah,
hang
yeah,
it
yeah.
in
You
your
hang it
room or
from
whatever. Yeah.
fishing line in your
Yeah.
room is what you do so
Oh,
that
yeah,
you've got,
totally.
like,
Oh,
fucking
yeah. Yeah.
pardon my French, fighters everywhere.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. No, those were super badass, man, back in the day. Like, the hobby shop was always the cool thing for young dudes, Like, there's so many awesome things happening there. Totally different vibe in Toys R Us, but the launch of the movie did make me think, like, "Oh, man, I miss Toys R Us." And then what do we have from our childhood that we still kinda still do to this day? It's so funny that, The zen is, driving little model, RC cars and sitting around, sculpting plastic into fun little Japanese robots. Super fun, So,
Well, I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna pull up a visual aid for our
yeah,
fans
do
out
it.
there.
I mean, I'm
I
skipping over the obvious, which everyone knows. Of course, I'm a big comic book guy, and I still love
Yeah,
comics.
yeah,
So
yeah,
we
that
we've
goes
done
without saying.
yeah, we've done
That
podcasts
goes
about
without
that in the past, so
saying. But back on the model thing before we leave that, can you see that?
Yeah, yeah,
Can
I got it.
people see that?
Yeah.
So, we worked on a project for Fox Factory, which is great.
Mhm.
They make all aftermarket parts for real size cars,
Yeah, yeah.
Jeeps and things, and we actually took inspiration
I see what you're doing here, Rob.
from the things that we used to do, little shock absorbers and all this kind of off-road stuff. And then,
Yeah.
we did hobby kits with showed them as little pieces and parts, which I think is a
Mhm.
direct lineage to what we used to do and have. And then
Truth in
furthermore,
advertising, right?
yeah, I think where's these are all Jeep ones, but then yeah, well, Zone Off-Road is all the pieces and parts. Again,
Mhm.
focusing on assembling and pieces and parts and things. And
Yeah.
then even where's Ride Tech?
There we go.
Boom. There you go. Ride Tech, the whole idea was it was a throwback to the 80s where your old model kits.
Yeah.
So we
You had
literally packaged it up
all
as
the
a
old
kit.
models peruse. Yeah.
Here's all the pieces you get inside, and even did this fun little retro video for it. And then, yeah, here you go.
Yeah. There's all
There's
the
the model,
sprues.
there's the sprues. So, um, all of the things that we used to love, we're keeping the dream alive, is what we're
God, that's
doing.
so funny. I didn't even think about that in relation to this podcast, but that's fantastic, So,
My other thing too was I was really big into this was in the mid 80s, early to mid 80s, was BMX freestyling. So it was when
oh, yeah.
freestyling first became a thing. And
Yeah.
we used to go up to shout out to a bike shop called Free Flight in Marietta. And
Okay.
it was when Haro and GT and those they first started doing demos in the parking lots of guys
Okay.
spinning around and on the handlebars. And they
Yeah.
hadn't figured out that you could do a half pipe yet.
Okay.
They would just do a quarter pipe.
Oh
So
my
these
god.
guys would ride 50 yards, 100 yards as
Get
fast
the
as they could
speed.
pedal and then
Yeah.
zip into the air. And then
That's
one
funny.
guy went, "Hey, let's just put another one and then
Yeah. Yeah. Use
we can get
momentum.
the
There you go.
energy."
Yeah.
But I say all that to say there's been somewhat of a resurgence, and there's a whole rabbit hole of collectors who collect the original
Oh,
Haro
wow.
freestylers and BMX. I mean, you can get up into the pretty expensive stuff,
Wow, that's
but I've got
crazy.
my eye on a couple of
No,
those.
come on. That's fantastic.
Just to have in a collection somewhere. The only
Okay, yeah.
problem with that is at my age, I know what'll happen.
Well,
I'll get
you're
one of
gonna
those, and I'll go try something. And based on my trampoline experience,
oh my god.
I think we all know how that might end,
Yeah, I
so
mean, they had to at that point, at the beginning, though, they had the pegs on the front and, I mean, it was
that's when they first evolved, yeah, they
yeah,
started
okay,
and it
okay.
was, "Oh, let's do pegs on the front, let's do pegs on the back," and then they went pegs on the front,
Yeah.
then and so it was all land work, it was all just
Yeah.
land and spins and
Yeah, yeah,
bunny
yeah.
hops and all that kinda stuff, and then somebody took flight, and then that changed the game.
Then the game
Um,
over at that point,
Game
so,
over. But I think
um
the power of nostalgia, man,
dude, it's a wonderful thing. It's a
yeah,
wonderful thing.
it's
Yeah,
a
for
wonderful
everybody.
thing.
Whatever everybody loves, love what you love. I think it's cool. So, I mean, if you love sitting around building models with your son, or if you like driving remote control cars with your son, or whatever, it's the best. So,
And keep it
um,
alive. Keep it as a hobby, bring it into your work, do whatever.
yeah. I got into like painting miniatures for a hot minute too. I was into like building little minis and things like that because I love the weird lore of Warhammer and things like that. But it's almost overly complicated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like there's too much going on. But there was we had. Did you ever get into that like D&D and like little lead figures and stuff like that in the
No, I
80s and
didn't
whatnot? Or
I wasn't really a D&D guy.
I mean, I still got my because now I use them all. I use them all for I use them all for my robots, my Gundams, and everything. But it's all about the Citadel paints and all
Oh,
that
yeah.
weird, all that crazy stuff, whatever like
I
that.
thought you
So,
were gonna say something different.
oh
Because one thing I'm experiencing with my car and some of the stuff that I'm doing, like even when it comes to soldering, right, little
yeah.
connections, I can't see anymore.
Oh,
So I
dude.
thought you were gonna say because the miniatures were so small, you couldn't see to paint them. I mean, I have a whole magnification
Well,
system
Well,
'Cause I
I
have to
got the
put them under the magnification
yeah.
system so I can even with my glasses on, so I can see. So
Well,
that
there's definitely something to be said for, like, the jeweler's light, you know what I mean? That's got the
yeah,
little LED
exactly.
light with the
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah, I mean, there's a
yeah.
loop we're getting in there and,
Oh
we're
my
looking at
god,
things and
I'm not at the loop point yet, you know what I mean?
oh,
Like,
I'm a little
but
older than you
it's
are.
it's definitely happening, it's definitely happening, so,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, why did we decide to make a whole army of people 20 millimeters tall that we have to paint with, like, one little you know, so, but that said, they're badass, they're super awesome, you know, like,
Yeah.
when those things are painted extraordinarily well, it's really remarkable, so,
It's impressive. It's a
yeah, that's its
talent.
own weird little set of
It's a
art forms,
talent.
so, yeah, I mean, hey, let the nerd flag out, it's super fun, so,
That's right.
um, yeah, good times, man. Good times. I don't know how
Alright.
I don't know where we go from here on this one. I mean,
I'm gonna go
maybe
work on my
visit your
car
Toys
I'm
R
gonna
Us
go work on
pop-up
my
shop.
car for a little bit. I don't know
Yeah,
what
there
you're
we
gonna
go.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go run the car out in the parking lot.
Yeah, there you go. Let's
That's
shut it
it.
down for the day and make models and drive RC cars.
Sounds good to
So,
me. Alright. Hey, Don, where can the people find us?
people can find us, at the Toys R Us pop-up shop when that opens up.
Bingo.
And everybody can find us at, mocktheagency.com and on our YouTube channel at Mock the Agency. So,
Alright, sounds good. We'll
until
talk
next
to you
till
from oop,
150.
150. Dun, dun,
Alright.
dun.
Confetti. Confetti.
Boom, boom.
Alright, see you, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.